Y'all, get ready, because we're diving into some serious tea just when we thought the drama was winding down. Donald Trump might be cooking up a secret plan to shape global politics, all from behind the scenes. The stakes couldn't be higher, and with new polls swinging every which way, no one knows what's real anymore. Is he actually trying to steer world events from the shadows? Or is this just another twist in his saga? Stick around, because this story has layers, and it's about to get intense. So let's start with the real shocker here. Donald Trump's so-called shadow foreign policy. It sounds like the plot of a thriller, but believe it or not, some say it's actually happening. The former president has allegedly been making calls to powerful figures like Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, and possibly even Russia's Vladimir Putin. And word has it that he's sharing his views on major issues. If true, this is a big deal. I mean, what exactly is he trying to accomplish? And why now, so close to a crucial election? Now, here's where things get even spicier. During a rally in Georgia, Trump hinted that he'd been on the phone with Netanyahu, saying Bibi, his nickname for the Israeli prime minister, asked him for advice on some very important matters. What kind of influence is Trump still trying to have? Some believe he's genuinely concerned with shaping policy, while others think he's just stirring the pot. And on top of that, there's speculation he wanted to use military force to stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons, even asking advisors about his options just after the 2020 election. If that doesn't make you curious, I don't know what will. But hold on, because there's more drama where that came from. Let's talk Russia. U.S. intelligence agencies recently dropped a bombshell, hinting that Russia might still be working to give Trump a boost in the upcoming election. Allegedly, Russian operatives are busy spreading misinformation, sowing doubt about democracy, and even stirring up violence. It's like a game of global chess, and everyone's wondering who's pulling the strings. And just so you know, this isn't only happening in the U.S. Countries like Moldova and Georgia are also fighting back against Russian influence. Moldova's president claimed Russia funded multi-million-dollar schemes to sway their elections. So yeah, it's not just an American problem. Okay, let's shift gears to something that's got people talking even more: the polls. Recently, some Democratic strategists have been raising red flags, saying that the polls might not be what they seem. Apparently, certain right-leaning pollsters are flooding the zone with numbers that favor Trump. The big concern? It's creating this false sense that Trump's about to dominate on election day. Can you imagine the chaos if these polls don't match the actual results? It's almost like setting the stage for a major plot twist, one that could leave a lot of people shocked or even suspicious about the outcome. Now, let's talk strategy, because Trump has always played by his own rules. Unlike most politicians who try to unite to win, Trump seems to believe in dividing to win. His campaign thrives on stirring emotions, especially anger and loyalty among his supporters. And he's not alone. J.D. Vance, a fellow Trump ally, is on a similar path, making headlines for echoing Trump's views on enemies within. For both Trump and Vance, it's not just about winning votes, it's about painting the opposition as a real threat. It's risky, no doubt, but it keeps his base fired up like nothing else. Will it work? That's the million-dollar question. America is on the edge right now, folks, and early voting numbers are already shaking things up. In key states like Michigan and Wisconsin, Democrats are leading, while Georgia and North Carolina are leaning more toward a 2020-style split. Trump's die-hard fans, the MAGA faithful, are definitely showing up, but this election might just come down to those swing voters who haven't fully committed yet. Will they go with Trump's bold, divisive approach, or are they looking for a more traditional, unifying leader? Now, remember the infamous red mirage from 2020? On election night, early results showed Trump in the lead, but once the mail-in ballots started getting counted, the numbers shifted. Experts are warning we might see the same thing this time around. In states with heavy mail-in voting, it could take days, even weeks, to get a final answer. If Trump shows an early lead on election night, don't be shocked if things change once all those ballots are in. This could set off a whole new wave of drama, and if there's one thing we know, it's that Trump won't go down without a fight. And it's not just about winning at home. Trump's influence could have serious consequences for America's global relationships. With foreign leaders watching closely, Trump's actions, even as a former president, could shape how the world views U.S. diplomacy. Allies and adversaries alike are watching every move he makes, wondering if his rumored calls and statements mean he's preparing for a comeback or just keeping his hand in the game. It's no wonder the international community is on edge, waiting to see how this political saga unfolds. Finally, we have to talk about how all of this affects everyday people. For Trump's supporters, his bold moves reinforce their belief that he's a strong leader who's not afraid to make waves. But for others, these behind-the-scenes moves raise serious questions about democracy and transparency. With so much happening in the shadows, people are left wondering, who can we trust and what's real anymore? In the end, this election isn't just about who wins, it's about how the American people see themselves and their country's future. But let's not forget the powerful role social media is playing in all this. From platforms like Twitter to TikTok, everyone's talking, debating, and speculating, often with wild intensity. Memes, conspiracy theories, and real-time reactions flood our feeds, creating an atmosphere where even the smallest comment or gesture by Trump can turn into a viral moment. It's as if social media is fueling this political frenzy, amplifying every rumor, poll, and bold claim. This election isn't just happening in rallies or debate stages. It's unfolding on our screens every second, and that constant engagement is adding even more heat to an already intense political landscape. As Election Day approaches, the bigger question isn't just who will win, it's what happens next. With emotions running high and deep divides across the country, many are wondering how America will handle the results, no matter the outcome. Will we see widespread acceptance, or are we heading into another period of intense disputes and division? Trump's influence, whether he wins or loses, is bound to shape U.S. politics for years to come. This election isn't just about the future of one leader, but the direction of a nation, and the whole world is watching to see how the story ends. Let's be real, Trump's approach is anything but conventional. He's loud, he's polarizing, and he's all about those big statements. For his supporters, this is what makes him a strong leader, but for others, it's a huge red flag. So the question is, has America had enough of Trump's bold and sometimes chaotic style, or is the country ready for another round of his roller coaster politics? With every new poll, speech, and rally, the suspense just keeps building. This election is shaping up to be like no other. And that's the tea, y'all. From shadowy foreign policy moves to poll numbers that have everyone on edge, this election season is like a political thriller we can't put down. So, what do you think? Is Trump really pulling the strings behind the scenes, or is it all just election hype? Will these polls hold up, or are we in for the twist of the century? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned, because trust me, the drama is just getting started.